This show contains features that may offend some viewers. Viewers' discretion is advised.
It's been a long time. Come yeah. Hey, yo, it's my life, my time, my rights, my rhymes, my grind, my struggle, hustle, sweat, and my blood too. A predator smells fear, I smell a lot. My competitors fled scared, cause they smelt I was hot. I want it all, excess, the sex, much success, stress us. I want it all, no less. So come on.
Politics, people. Today on our topic for politics. Now, politics are very, very popular, especially for every continent that we have. For Canada, the USA, South America. Each of those three continents have one thing in common. We have a mayor, president, or prime minister. Now, people, think about one thing. Each time, every mayor, every prime minister, and every president have one thing in common when they first want to run. They always come up with a sob story to make the people vote for them, and that's a true fact. Also, they're very honest when they first come in, making the people believe that they will be the most honest, make a change in the world. But do you want to know the truth? They don't really become presidents. They don't really become prime ministers. They don't really become fucking mayors. They become liars. That's right. These people who are in politics, they become liars, okay? They come up with this huge game plan when they first come in. How they're going to run this city. How they're going to make the city better. And all that sort of thing. You see? But then when you really look at it, people, they're not really doing a very good job, are they? For one, there's still war in this world. Two, there are still jobs being taken away from hard-working commuters. And most of all, three, the money is being wasted, okay? This money is being wasted. When you are looking in the world these days, like I'll tell the USA and South America, Canada, Toronto, Ontario, the big city, the second Big Apple. You see, in our city, we need a lot of money to keep this place going. There's so many businesses, there's so many apartments, there's so many houses, so many properties in this world, especially in Canada, that have to be done. And so many jobs that people need to have. The commuters, this whole community. You know, and the problem is that instead of the mayors and the prime ministers, instead of them having to use the money frequently to make the city better, no. They're wasting their goddamn money. For one thing, they're wasting their money on new TTC buses, new subway cars, and probably even soon new streetcars. You see, I'm going to give you one thing in common that doesn't make any sense. You know, I use public transportation every day of my life to get where I need to go, okay? I know a lot of routes around this city. And I'll tell you one thing that really gets me aggravated. You know, on every few subway stations I go to, if you go from east to westbound, from Kennedy Station all the way to Kipling Station, do you want to know one thing, though? They still have the old fucking subway running. The old one, I never once seen the new subway going from Kipling to Kennedy or Kennedy to Kipling. Ever in my life. And another thing to tell you that's in common, the only time I seen the new subway, and it came out, a year or two ago? The other day, I was going to Eglinton Station to go to a job interview, and going to northbound, goddamn a new subway car. It's a beautiful subway car, don't get me wrong. It has the beautiful steel, better seats, beeps, all that stuff. It's pretty cool. But I'll tell you one thing. It makes me angry. Why does it only go north to southbound? You know, there's one thing people need to have in common. What is wrong with having what's wrong with having the old TTC buses? As long as they run fine, as long as there is a mechanic, everything is fantastical, okay? But no, they only have 1 or 2 new buses in each route. 1 or 2 buses. That is millions of dollars wasted from the city of Toronto's money, okay? And even with the subway, millions of dollars for one goddamn subway that runs from northbound all the way to southbound. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And now they're gonna, and I'm hearing also, they're gonna be creating new RTs apparently. Like, what the hell? Okay? If they're running fine, leave it alone. There's no point in freaking buying new stuff, using the money that the people need to make a living, that the people need to live. You know, like, do you guys have rocks in your freaking heads or what? A new TTC bus for every route and having the rest of the old ones, that is a waste of money. Okay? You know, I'm looking at the city a lot these days. There's a lot of commuters out there that are hardworking, that have been at their jobs for over 10 years or 15 years or more, and their jobs are being taken away. The TDSB, Toronto District School Board. When I was done school this year, I talked to a lot of the EAs that I've known at my school for over 4 or 5 years or more, and I'll tell you one thing, they got replaced because the TDSB and the city couldn't pay them so much money because they were in debt, of course. What else is fucking new? And then after, guess what happens about this? Listen to this. And then after, they're replacing them with new EAs. Because at that school, they have to pay them a bit more money. Because if they get the new EAs, they get to pay them regular amount of money. You know, where the hell is this all coming from? I need to ask this. Because I'm going to tell you one thing right now. It really pisses me off to see that hard workers who have been working for either the TDSB or any job for so many years, committing their life and dedication to that job, and then afterwards they get shafted for new rookies. It's not only that, okay? There's people out there that don't have much money and stuff like that. You know, and we have mayors that are goddamn being accused of sexual assaults, being accused of crack accusations, and all that stuff, and stealing the money. You know, what kind of world do we live in? It's not just in Canada, it goes for the USA too. Obama is a good president, don't get me wrong. He's a very good president, but he still makes mistakes too. USA is still not perfect, even when he is in there as the first black president. Hell, even in Venezuela, in the South American part, Chavez, president of South America, he even is not even perfect either. You see, Prime Minister Stephen Harper, President Obama, and President Chavez, or I should say Presidente, you know, these people have one thing in common. They all come into politics to lie. Same with the mayors with Rob Ford and all that stuff. They don't come in to help, they come in to lie and make their money. That's all they want. And you want to know what the problem is? They're so damn selfish that they're stealing everybody else's money just so they can make it to the top and get a bigger bonus in their paycheck. You know how ridiculous that is? I think it is ridiculous. I have not seen so many bullshit in my life as much as I've been seeing with politics. You know, I hate everything that I have to talk about in Real Talk. Every other topic pisses me off, but this topic really fucking brings out the cake of the flavor of the icing. I'll tell you the truth, because politics is not meant to play with. Politics is meant to help other people. I mean, what sense is it when you are supposed to keep the city or country in line, and then instead of keeping it in line, you're just using the money for stupid shit, and then when something important comes up and that money is needed for it, it's all gone because you used it on either a stupid new TTC bus or a dumb subway train. You know, one person actually responded to my question one time. Tried to answer it with a hero answer. Tried to say, well, Austin, They need new TTC buses and new subway trains because of the facts that they need to have more people faster to their destinations efficiently. Understandable. Facts, yes. But let me ask you, I am a TTC passenger. Almost every single day I'm on that TTC bus. I'll tell you one thing. Why is it that I'm looking around these days and there's still more old TTC buses and more old subway trains than there is goddamn the new ones? Why is it I see more commuters out of work than more commuters that are in work? Why is it the government and all that sort of stuff in politics, why is there a liquor store at every corner of the ghetto? Either in the Canada, USA, or Venezuela. There's a lot of immigrants in this planet, and I'll tell you really why. We are now overpopulated. You see, and the problem with that is that it's so much money that has to be brought out to every single person that is in this population, that now the government and everybody else, idiots in politics, are thinking, yeah, I think we should try and save much less money. Of course, they're not going to help out in the ghettos. Of course, they're not going to help out with anything when it comes down to death or even hospitalizes, because they want to save money. That's how it is in politics. They're not out to help you. They're out to help themselves only. That's how it is. In Toronto, USA, frickin' Venezuela, that's all it is. They're not out to help us people. They're out to help themselves. The only community that they think of and they want to provide for is their own community, not us. The people that are rich and all that and successful, they'll help them. But when it comes to middle class people or low class people, we're garbage in their eyes. You see, people who vote in politics, there's no point. Because I'll tell you why there's no point. The point of the matter is that you're... Okay? We have to go now. So thank you. Have a good day. And remember what I said about politics. Thanks.
Yo, it's my life, my time, my rights, my rhymes, my grind, my struggle, hustle, sweat in my blood too. A predator smells fear, I smell a lot. My competitors flex here, cause they smelled I was hot. I want it all, excess, the sex, much success, stress us. I want it all, no less, so come on.